Hello YouTube, Riot just released another dev update, so I'm hoping to hear some good news when it comes to Jungle and Season 14 and pre-season changes like voice chat or high elo changes or anything like that. So yeah, let's see what this is about.
Today we'll be joined by two guests, Lexi Riot Lexical Gao, our Champions team lead, who's going to talk more about Champions.
And Laura Poison Pixie DeYoung, the head of IP strategy, who's going to talk a bit about our approach to the lore of Runeterra as a whole.
Then we'll be back to talk about language select, quick play, and a few other things. All right, let's hand things over to Riot Lexical for an update on Champions.
Hi everyone, I'm Lexi Riot Lexical Gao, the Champions team lead. Since we last talked, both Naafiri and Briar have joined the Rift with vicious bites and a hangry attitude. Next up, we'll be releasing our new artistic mid laner, Hui. Hui's mastery of his
Bro, for a second I thought she said something different than artistic mid laner.
craft gives him the tools needed to bring his artistic visions to life.
Oh yeah, I think we
He
saw
owes
this. I think
much
we
of
got
his
like a
skills to
tease
his
for this
previous
champion.
masters, but
Like
after
long time
and
ago.
exploration, he has transcended their skill and created his own unique style. While Hui comes prepared with what he wants to paint, his extensive palette of possibilities leaves room to learn.
Bro, we
experiment,
get Picasso in mid
master.
lane or what?
After Hui paints a masterpiece on the Rift, we'll be turning to a new creature champion. Though this one's a bit cuter than Naafiri. Our new creature, though cute and small, is smoldering with power, and he'll be sauntering onto the Rift with
That's
all
like a
the
dragon
pomp and
egg.
circumstance that befit a royal of his status.
No?
Further out, we have a Vastayan solo laner from a forest village with the ability to see what others easily overlook. Okay, that's it for new champions. Now on to everyone's favorite Scorpion. The Skarner team has
I
been
saw
hard
this.
at work
Skarner
on
is
their
gonna
strategy.
throw rocks now.
They've been thinking about
This is actually exciting.
everything from how many legs Skarner should have, the answer is 6, to how he would look scuttling around a wall, and even how his tail can pick up and throw
Yeah,
a
see.
massive boulder.
He's
You
throwing
know,
rocks.
the
I saw this
usual
on
stuff.
Twitter.
The team wrote a lot in today's Champions roadmap that cover his new gameplay and how it has impacted other areas of the design. That's it from the Champions team for now. We'll be back in
What? But when
January
is he
with more to
released?
share about
What?
2024.
Nah,
It's
trash
been a little
update.
while since we spoke about League's lore. For a long time, League and associated experiences like short stories were our only way to tell stories in Runeterra. Nowadays, though, that's no longer the case.
I don't really care
So
too much
we
about
wanna
lore
talk a
in
bit about
Runeterra.
how
Can
we're
we
updating
talk
our
about
approach
solo
to the
queue
lore,
and
then talk
jungle
through some upcoming examples of how that will be
and
reflected
season
in
14
League
and
and in other
pre-season?
places. To start with, we're going to pass things over to Laura DeYoung.
Hi all, it's been a while. For some background, I'm Laura, a former art director on League, and nowadays I'm working as the head of IP Creative, which is a group planning how we evolve the League universes across all of our experiences. As Andre talked about earlier this year, over the years we've introduced inconsistencies that have woven their way into the storytelling and the world building of Runeterra. Some good examples are how Hextech was invented, and Yorick feeling just MIA during the Sentinels of Light event. Going forward, we don't believe that's the right approach.
I
because that kind of
really don't
fragmentation
care
makes
about
the
this
world feel
segment,
less
I'll be
believable,
honest.
and it
I'm
just
sorry to those who do
undercuts
care,
meaningful
but
character
I don't.
development. And frankly, it makes it hard for all of you to feel like you can really invest deeply in a story, knowing it might not be honored in future storytelling. So going forward, from today, all new storytelling is going to be part of one shared canon, rather than a jumble of different experiences that are similar but inconsistent. And our goal is to ensure that major events in our stories, as well as the essence of what makes a champion who they are, will be reflected across everything that Riot makes. Getting to that consistent state is not going to be a sudden flip of the switch, but a gradual process. This doesn't mean we're going to go back to retcon every champion or story we've told, but every time we touch a part of the League universe, we're going to take a beat to ask ourselves where the inconsistent threads are and work towards weaving them together so the world makes
Bro,
sense.
it's crazy how
This is
much
gonna take
resources they're
time,
putting into
and we
this
believe the
shit
payoff for
when the
getting
League
this
of
right will
Legends
be
client
absolutely worth
and
it.
solo queue experience is this
Okay,
bad, bro.
I'm going to hand things back to Andre and Jeremy
Yeah,
so they can
thank you
talk
for
about
handing
what
us
this
back to
specifically means
Jeremy
for
and
League.
Andre and...
We're really excited to pull all the different threads of storytelling across Runeterra together over time so that we've got one shared, consistent canon. So let's talk about some examples of that. the moments shown in past season start cinematics, like Awaken, for example, those have often felt like they should be canon, and some of them are fully consistent with the
I like the
wider world,
cinematics.
but some of them aren't.
I'm looking forward to
Going
this year's
forward,
cinematic.
including the upcoming cinematic and
The cinematic team is doing a good
We're gonna
job
be making sure that they're an integrated part of our world and
compared to
story.
some other
Skarner's update early next year is another good example.
segments.
Skarner's old lore, and that of a few other associated champions,
Within the Riot
doesn't
team.
mesh with the creation of Hextech revealed in Arcane, which is the origin for Hextech and the unified canon going forwards. So we're going to be making updates over time as a result to make sure that champions like Skarner, Seraphine, and Camille are well integrated and well connected to the rest of Runeterra, so they can be part of that larger, wider shared storytelling.
The upcoming Forge game, Song of Nunu, is worth highlighting as well. It's canon, offering some insight into part of the Freljord, particularly Nunu, Willump, and Braum.
Now, some of you might also be wondering about some of the ways we used to tell stories previously. Short stories in particular are something we've deliberately moved away from.
How big?
Short stories were
Is
an
this-
effective way to dig into character backgrounds.
Okay,
more
we're
deeply
almost
when
done.
We didn't have other ways of doing
I
so.
really hope we get
But
some good
they've also
news
always
here
been a
at
very
the
niche
end.
experience that most players just never engaged with. So we're focusing instead on storytelling through other mediums, ones that also let us flesh out characters and the world, but do so while resonating with more of the wider player base.
Switching gears a bit, earlier this year we announced we'd be adding an option to choose the language you play League in. It's taken us a little bit longer than we initially estimated, but I'm happy to share that the current plan is for this feature to go live in November. Our main goal with this
I don't think
is to help
Denmark will
League
be added,
players
so personally
play
I'll
in
just
their
keep
preferred
the client in
language
English.
That wasn't included in the regional download. That means you'll be able to choose from one of the 21 languages we support in the Riot client, and that will change both your in-game and around-game
I don't
times.
think
After
Denmark
you select
is
your
in the
language, you'll
21
download
list.
the language pack for each language you choose. These are around 2 gigabytes of space with all the voice files, so just be mindful of your hard drive space.
We also want to talk a bit about the Blue Essence Emporium.
I mean, you could at
Positive
least
side of
showcase
things,
the
came back
21
recently after a
languages
bit of a
in
hiatus.
case Denmark's there, but I don't think so.
But on the negative side of things, we had some issues with it, both its technical functionality and with what was available being more limited than past Emporiums. So, we're going to be bringing it back in December, with the full range of Emporium eligible chromas, not just
Okay.
the half-year version.
This is pretty
And
good.
other content will also be returning.
I like
specifically
this.
Mystery icons, mystery wards, mystery gifting, and 50% off rune pages.
Now, it's been also a
Yeah,
while
because
since
the
we
room
talked about
pages
Quick Play.
definitely matter in
And we've
Season
got a dev blog
13
going live
when
alongside this
you can
video with
change
a
the room
lot of
pages
details.
in Champion
The
Select.
short version is we're
Thank
replacing
God we get
blind tech with
50% off room pages now
It's a
in
queue
Season
designed to get
13.
players into game faster and as much as possible on their desired champion and role. How it works is you select champions and roles in the lobby, and you skip champ select entirely to get straight into the game. Quick Play is going to go to PBE around the end of October, and we'll test
This
it there
is
for
pretty
multiple
cool.
patch cycles before rolling it out
Unfortunately, I
more
don't play
broadly.
blind pick.
Now, that wraps things up for today. Don't forget to check out the dev blogs, including the champion roadmap.
Okay, so what did we learn? Skarner update, but we didn't get a date on. And a lot of languages been added, but we don't know which languages. And the Blue Essence shop Emporium thingy comes back, which is kind of nice. But you didn't mention anything about rank, nothing about solo queue, nothing about preseason, nothing about season 14, nothing about anything useful. So yeah, I regret that I have spent 8 minutes watching this, and I'm sorry for you guys having wasted 8 minutes as well. My bad. Thought this was gonna be interesting, but apparently it is not. Sorry about that.